Hey, Brandon here. Welcome to the channel and thanks for tuning in. Welcome to week 5 edition of the Future Fantasy Devy Spotlight series here on the channel. The purpose and goal of this show is to introduce young and up-and-coming fantasy players to the community out there. And really, what's really neat about this particular series that I'm doing is we're going to introduce new players to you. And then at the end of the show, I'm going to link a highlight film of what we talk about on this show. So you're going to be able to go right into and scout players for yourself. That's what we do on this YouTube channel. All right. So if you play fantasy, you play Dynasty, you play Devy, C2C, doesn't matter. Hit that subscribe button. Please support the channel by just subscribing. But there's no channel out there that's going to give you a better look at some early fantasy football players than this one, man. We got a lot of great content on this channel. All right. So week 5. There's really one player that stood out to me that I wanted to talk about pretty actively here, and it's Omarion Miller, true freshman wide receiver from Colorado, 6'2", 195 pounds. Colorado had a big game this week against USC. They came up short, man, but Miller shined in this game, and there's a lot of buzz that he could potentially be an NFL prospect. So I'm jumping on the YouTube channel here and going to give you a little look-see at who he is. So let's get right into it, man. Let's look at his high school recruiting. He was a 4-star prospect. He was ranked 51st in the class. So probably before this year, not a lot of guys talking about Miller being the 51st ranked wide receiver. But man, the kid balled out against USC and put his name on the map. All right, he had 8 targets, 7 receptions for 196 yards and a touchdown. And it was a really nice touchdown as well, which you're going to see here in a minute. At a whopping 28 yards, per reception. So immediately tells me he's a vertical threat going down the field, and you're going to see it here shortly on the film. An 87% catch rate. He's got some really good hands, all right? So like I said, I'm going to link this film here very shortly, but what did we see when we watched the film? So I cut up the film, I put it on the YouTube channel. It's a great way to scout. That's how I scout players, by making these cut-ups, and you really get a good idea of what you're looking at with these players. But Omarion Miller, it looks like a player, man. 6'2", 195. It's got that good height, and he's got a good, well-sized frame, not too big, not too small. But what did we see out on like a scouting report on him? First and foremost, a short area burst and acceleration I really liked. You're going to see on the film there were 3 or 4 kind of stop curl routes where it was a short area pass, and he turns upfield. And I like the initial burst. I like the acceleration. You could see guys trying to chase him and catch up to him in that short area quickness. And he's got that. He brings that to the table. That was really evident to me watching the film here. He's elusive, and his yak ability is really good. He had some really good yak yards in this film, in the game against USC. And it was really impressive. We love wide receivers that get, yards after the catch, right? Not guys who just go up and catch the ball, but the guys who can be elusive in the open field, elusive, making those linebackers and attacking those angles out there in the secondary, making guys miss. And this kid brought it to the table. It was impressive, all right? The third thing that really stood out to me was his tracking and high point ability. I think it was the second or third play in the film here, which I'm going to post shortly. He had to make an adjustment up to the ball. Did a really nice job on that, tracking a couple deep balls. And that's tough for, incoming freshmen. That's one of the things that they probably, there's balls coming, 60, 70, 50, 60 yards in the air coming to them and tracking them with a DB on their back. I think Miller really shined in that area. And without a doubt, I think the trait that stood out to me the most watching the game was his body control and concentration. I mean, the first reception, the touchdown. Let's talk about the touchdown you're going to watch here in a couple seconds. It was really good. I mean, the concentration that he needed to get that ball. He kind of slid in the middle of the end zone. The guy was in front of him, and he caught that pass. So that concentration was fantastic. And the body control, the last clip on the video, you're going to see the toe tap where he extends and on the boundary. And the body control just kind of, when he was high pointing the ball and running with the ball in the second level, man, it was all pretty evident that this kid's got game. So he's an exciting player, man. Omarion Miller, Colorado wide receiver, is a name that, again, if you play Devy, you play C2C, he's going to be a big waiver claim in the next couple weeks. He's going to be an up-and-coming player, and everyone's got their eyes on Colorado right now, so I can only imagine the buzz for this kid is going to start to build. So, all right, I'm going to let you guys go. That's what I saw watching the film. The film's going to show up here any second. You watch it for yourself and get to know Omarion Miller. Thanks for watching.